Okay, guys, we're recording. Okay, so this whole call is all about conference, just a recap on what they talked about and what some of our takeaways were from that. What were like our aha moments, what spoke to us the most. And this is going to be like a totally random, casual call because I'm just going to start picking some leaders in our group and having them share some takeaways and some tips that they got to. But the first thing I want to share with you guys was one of my biggest takeaways. It was when Ashley Sinclair, she's one of our Ambassador Diamonds, she was doing a panel going over your 100s list and how you're going to grow your 100s list, which is your never-ending list of contacts or potential. So that's what that is. When she was doing that panel, she actually turned to the audience and said, she said, if you personally, whoever your enroller is, if you felt like your enroller gave you a gift when they enrolled you into this business, whether they are the ones that introduced the business to you or so you found the business through them, whatever it was, if you feel like they gave you a gift when they introduced this business to you, stand up. And every person in the room stood up. So there was 30,000 people there. Everybody was standing. And she's like, okay, I think we all need to stop overthinking this. You know, every one of you believed that you were given a gift when you found this business. And so why is it that we hold back so much? Why is it that we, you know, when we think there might be a potential, we're like, I don't know, I don't want to ruin anything, or you just psych yourself out because you are so afraid to give them a gift. You know, if you really thought of it that way, I was just like, wow, that really just makes my eyes, I've opened my eyes so much more and I think of it that way instead of me annoying someone by asking them, hey, are you interested in earning extra income from home? Do you want to learn more about what I do? We need to just be more open about it. And remember that those who do join you in this business, they are going to think the same thing. The ones that join you will one day be so grateful for you. You know, when this changes their life, because I promise it's meant to do that if they just stick with it. Anyone who actually sticks with it, that works consistently, this will change your life and they will think of this as a gift that you gave them. So that was one of my takeaways. Now, one of the topics that I want to share with you guys is loyal customer retention and how crucial this is. And what I personally do when I enroll a customer, like immediately what I do, and how to get those customers ordering long-term, because we don't want them just ordering 90 days. Even though that's like a sales pitch or that's like a way that we get them into the program, is like it's our 90-day program. But we want them on board as lifetime customers. And so these are a few steps so you guys can write these notes down when you enroll a loyal customer. Okay, so the first thing, right when you sign up a customer, send them a thank you, whether it's in the mail or an email, whatever you want to do right away. Send them a thank you. Let them know what their username is, which is their ID number. It used to be 7 digits. Now it's like 12. I don't know how many digits there are. But and then also in this email, or you could wait to send this second email like 2 or 3 days later, whatever. But this was a tip they gave at conference, and I thought this was a really good tip. So they gave a scenario: if you've ever went and bought a car, a few days later, a salesperson or the person that sold you the car sends an email and asks for referrals. And they'll say, you know, if you know anybody looking for a car, send them my way. You know, we can do the same type of thing. You know, ask them for referrals. Let them know, like, we have all these other products. You can send them either like screenshot pictures in an email of our catalog, or send them an actual catalog in the mail. And if you're doing it that way, then do this in your thank you. Say if you know anyone that would be interested or you think could benefit from any of these products, I would really appreciate any referrals that you might have. Okay, so asking for referrals, if they know any friends, is a great way to take advantage of the customers, you know, any of their friends or acquaintances, because they're going to love the products and they're going to share them. Also, in your thank you, you want to explain any instructions for the product. So if, for instance, they order hair, skin, nails, something I always make sure to share is you want to make sure you eat this or you take this with food. If you do not, I promise you, you will feel nauseous because our supplements are extremely potent. So you want to make sure you're taking them with food. That's the number one like complaint I've heard. And usually it's because we as distributors forget to let them know, like, you really, I know it says that on the instructions, but really, you really want to make sure you take the hair, skin, nails with food. If it's, say, greens or something, I will tell them how I personally like them. Like, I drink the orange and orange juice, or I personally love the berry in like a Crystal Light pack, or just give them whatever the product is, give them some type of tip or whatever you personally do with that. And then what I personally do after they've enrolled into the computer, the first thing I do after I send them their thank you is I pull out my calendar, okay? So, or my planner. If you do this on your phone, that's fine, but I'm just old school and I have like paper everything. So I'm going to show you guys like an example of what I do. So I will go, let's see, is this March? I'm just going to look for, okay, so here's one example, okay? I had a loyal customer sign up on February, well, it was like a couple days ago. So what I do is I go ahead, not quite 30 days, like 28 days in my calendar, and I write her name down. So she's already on my calendar for March 7th is when I'm going to follow up with her. And I have her name, loyal customer follow up, what she's ordering. So I have hair, skin, nails, and then when her date or when her product will actually process. But I want to follow up with her like 3 days before that and say, hey, like, how are you liking your hair, skin, nails? I just want to let you know your next order is going to process in a few days. And then, suggest any other thing if they're not wanting the hair, skin, nails again or whatever. So this is where you want to suggest things. So at your second month is when I personally will ask them, like, how are you liking the product? And then I write another, like, a month later. So I have it like 2 months scheduled out to follow up with her again. And this is when I bring up the perk points. I let them know this is how many perk points that you have. I let them know, if you stayed on for just 90 more days, like did another 90-day game or challenge, on your month 6, you are going to get $50 in perks just added to your account. And then at your 1 year, you're going to get another 150. And so I just throw in these perks at their 3rd month. So this is how I personally do it. And you guys, I swear it's made a huge difference. Customer service is like the number one thing we need to have in our business. And I think it's the number one thing we lack, because once we've enrolled a customer, we're like, hey, moving on to the next one, and we forget about our customers. So if we can retain our customers, you guys, I don't even know what our volume would do. We have these customers and we're always adding new customers, your volume is only going to continue to explode, okay? So here's a few other ideas that they gave at conference, and that was on their birthday or any other time that maybe you just want to send a thank you. You could send them a thank you with like a $5 Starbucks card. And that's just good enough for like one drink. But I think that's a really good idea. That's something I've never done. But a little goes a long way, and something so simple and thoughtful could get them to stay on forever, And then also anytime, which is like monthly, we have a BOGO or we have a pack come out or we have some type of deal going on, email your loyal customers or send them a text and let them know what deals are going on, what specials are going on. I should have a list of like 300 customers by this point. I'm starting to do this now and keep them all, because once you move them, it's kind of hard to keep track of all your customers. But if you just keep a loyal customer like notebook or something, so you have everybody's information, always follow up with them, guys, when there's any deal going on. And then the most overlooked potential distributors are our loyal customers. When they did panels on stage, so many of them said, I was a loyal customer first. And my distributor said, hey, like, you're loving the hair, skin, nails, or you're loving the greens. Have you ever thought about making extra income from home? We need to reach out to our loyal customers and ask them if they would be interested. Invite them to the business opportunity because they are already loving our products and they are the most overlooked distributors because we think of them, oh, they're just a customer, but that is how a lot of distributors get started. Okay, so those are like my loyal customer retention tips. And then I'm going to just share really quickly what they talked about with getting new distributors started. So we started that new page where we're going to enroll, or as we're getting new distributors, we put them in this page, and it's been very beneficial. Distributors are not feeling overwhelmed. They're just doing their tasks they need and not overwhelming them, not tagging them into a million different things. So I think that that's really working for us. But here are some of the things that they said about getting new distributors started. So Cami Dempsey, she shared that here's some stats with distributors. So 15% of the distributors that enroll with you will leave no matter what. So we call those kidnappers. They order a kit and you never hear from them again. Okay, so we have no control over who these 15% of distributors will be. They just come and they go, and I've seen it happen plenty of times. 5% of those distributors will go Black Diamond with or without you. So 5% of those people are going to take off whether you train them the right way or not. There's 5% of those people you enroll that will go all the way to the top, and whether you help them or not. And then 80%, guys, 80% of the distributors you enroll, you will have some type of impact on. So you want to make sure that we are properly training our distributors, okay? Okay, so now download. Okay, first thing you want to have them do, get their app Wired download. This is like, I go to this app every single day. I swear they're doing notifications on it every single day. So make sure that your branded distributors have downloaded Wired. And this is what it looks like. Well, maybe not. Maybe you won't be able to see it. Hold on. Let me turn this down. Okay. Well, it's our little symbol and it says Wired. Have them download that right away. Add them into that group page. And then you are going to help them log into their eSuite. And that page explains how to do all that stuff. Setting up auto ship or explaining, how to be commission qualified every month. They're going to go through their training and let them know there's no magic in the kit so they can start working their business immediately right out the gate. They don't need to wait for their kit to get there. They can start posting. They can start messaging people and inviting people to try product or the business opportunity. You're going to help them with their memory jogger, their hundreds list, get that printed off so they start having that list ready and get their steps of success printed. Okay, basically though, all of this stuff that they talked about at conference, like step by step what they want to do right out the gate, we have that in order on that starter page. So if you guys have enrolled people and added them into our big team page, it's fine. Just make sure everybody's also added into the other page so that when they sign up new distributors, they are having them go there first and then into our big group page. If that makes sense. Okay, and then scheduling a launch party, helping them with their 4 loyal customers. That video that I made where I go through all the products and have them write down anyone who comes to mind is a great one for them to watch to get an idea of who could be their first customers. And then, let's see, one last thing I wanted to share before I pass it on to someone else, and we're going to go over bonuses. I think I'll wait till the end to talk about those and how we're going to make a game plan and all that fun stuff. But anyway, growing your hundreds list. Okay, this is one of the tips I wanted to share with you. So Christina Watts shared this one about growing your hundreds list. She says she does live videos every single day, and that has gotten her the most loyal or distributors. So if anybody was paying attention last month, Christina Watts signed like 70 distributors. I believe she was in the drawing like 70 times. So everyone was like, what? But anyway, she does a lot of live videos. She goes live a few times a day, and it's just random stuff. Okay, so what she does is, her tip was, she'll go live about something completely random that has nothing to do with the business. So she's like, one day I was talking about avocados, and another day I was talking about hair and how I needed to dye my hair, whatever it may be. But whatever your topic is, it's going to start popping up in other people's news feeds as suggested videos to watch. And so that is how she's gotten so many distributors. So she was like, I'm talking about avocados. And then all of a sudden I pretend like I saw someone ask like, oh, you make money from home? So she's like, oh, I just saw that comment. Someone asked if I work from home. Yes, I do. It works. And she just shared a little bit of information. And so all these people who are thinking they're going to watch a video about avocados, all of a sudden are like, wait, she makes money from home? Like, what does she do? And so that was her tip with how she has added people to her hundreds list. And I noticed too, so last night me and my husband did a live video, and I'm like, I need to do some type of live video every single day, because I swear Facebook will put you at the top of people's news feeds no matter what if you're doing these live videos. And live videos for me, I don't like them. I don't like not being able to edit something in case I say something really stupid. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. But they make a huge difference, and a lot of people watch them. You'll find a lot more people watch those than an uploaded video or a post. Be personal with people. Show your excitement, what you're doing. Talk about these bonuses with people. Talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. But really, I think right now, while these bonuses are, I don't know how long they're going to extend them as far as when you enroll. This is how long you're going to have to go diamond and all the way to ambassador. I don't know how long those will be here. But what I do know is people like seeing those bonuses. Everybody wants to be a part of it. Everybody sees potential. And so we really need to promote them as best as we can. Okay, let's see. That might have been all I want to talk about until I'm going to go over some bonus information and getting to diamond and all that stuff. So I'm going to pass the time over. Let's see whoever I find first. Kelsey. Okay, where are you at? Let me find you.
I'm here.
I see. Oh, there you are. Okay.
And our newest team member, Jariah, is on with me.
Oh, so cool.
She literally just joined like 5 seconds ago. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
We're excited. Okay, so I am talking about parties. Trey, will you take her? Yeah. Sorry. It's a zoo over here. So there were so many good tips about parties, and I had a lot of aha moments for parties, because I think when we say parties, most of us think about getting the whole spiel of products out and having a whole presentation, and we have to have a success story, and that is not at all what it needs to be. So I loved that they talked a lot about how sorry, they're playing again. Trey. They talked a lot about how a party can be 2 people in a bathroom at Chick-fil-A. Like, a party does not have to be this whole extravagant thing. So just remember that if you get 3 people in a room and you're wrapping everyone, that can count as a party. Parties, it can be so simple. One way, so kind of starting from the beginning, you want to have a list of people that you want on your team at all times so that you can be inviting those people to your party. So be intentional about the people that you want to get in front of and get wraps on, because that will make such a difference. Instead of just inviting like all these random people, you have an intentional list. So if you have people on your hit list or your dream team, ask them to host a party for you, because then they'll get a try wrap for free and they'll invite all of their people. So you can tell them like, hey, if you decide this is something you want to do, we can just enroll these people under you. Hey, Trey, it's too loud. So really be intentional about who you're having hosting parties, and don't be afraid to ask people to host parties for you. I really feel like that is such a great way for people to support you if they're not ready to be a distributor or a customer. You can just reach out to your friends and family who maybe haven't enrolled with you yet and just say, hey, like, I know you want to support me. Could you just invite 3 to 5 friends over and let me just do a quick, really casual presentation for you, and I'll let you try wrap for free. Just keep it super simple. I'm trying to get all my notes. There were so many good notes, but let's see. All you need for a party is yourself, your party pad, and any products you have on hand. And Tiffany, I love her. She's an ambassador. That's what that was her tip. That's all you need to have. Cohen, okay. Just all you have to do is have your party pad with you and go through it. There are notes in your document library, and you can print them off, and it will tell you exactly what to say right here. And I love that our company gives us this because it works. They're not going to give us something that's not going to be successful. We'll have success if they just follow what they give us. Fallon was on this panel, and actually we went scootering with her in the Bahamas. I love her. She is just so amazing, and she rocked her panel. But she said, when you go through the party pad, you'll go through, so the customer side first. In between is where you want to share, before you flip to the business, share your story. If you don't have a story yet, excuse me, share somebody else's. Share your enroller, share Ashley's, or just share where you're going or what you're excited about for this business to bring you. I think the biggest thing with parties is your energy is going to determine how the party goes. If you go in and you're really nervous, sorry, I'm dying all of a sudden. If you go in and you're nervous and you sit down and you're just like, okay, I've never done this before, so just bear with me. People are going to sense that. Go in confident and rock it. I remember Ashley came and did my first launch party, and of course she'd done a million parties and I had never done one. So I felt really intimidated and nervous to do my first one on my own. And I remember I was so nervous. In my first party, you could tell I was so nervous. The second party, I was like, hey, I learned from that. I'm going to go. So I was driving to the party and I stopped outside and I turned on Taylor Swift as loud as I could. And I just like had a dance party and got excited and pumped up. And I told myself over and over, I'm going to be successful with this party. I'm going to sign some distributors. I'm going to sign some customers. And I ended up, I think I signed 4 or 5 customers and another distributor that night. So be confident. It doesn't matter if you mess up. It doesn't matter if you don't know what to say or you don't know how to answer those questions. All you have to do is just be confident and excited, and they'll feed off of that. And it's okay to say, you know what, I don't know the answer to that, but I will look it up and I'll get back to you. So being confident, assuming the sale, just say things like, I love this tip, the party pad closes for you. I feel like the end is always so awkward. So what's your choice? Do you want to be a loyal customer or do you want to enroll as a distributor tonight? And you can just straight up ask. That's what the party pad is. Like I said, this is how you're going to be successful. And I love that tip. Sherry Lynn gave that, and she has like the most energy in the whole world. So that was awesome. The biggest thing is get wraps on people at your parties. Be comfortable wrapping. Just be like, hey, like, let's get a wrap on you. You're going to love your results. And don't be awkward when you're wrapping them, because what they said, they're like, if your doctor like felt uncomfortable, like giving you an exam, how uncomfortable would you feel? So be confident, get the wraps on people. Do home parties, do online parties. It's the same thing. Get on a Zoom with 3 people and go through this. And you can do a fat fighter demo or something if you can't personally wrap them. But just don't overthink parties and just do them. That is seriously, it is so huge to do parties. I went diamond doing parties. I did like 3 or 4 parties a week. And some of them, no one showed up. Some of them, I had 17 people show up. And sometimes I didn't sign anyone, and sometimes I did. The thing was I kept doing them, and I didn't get discouraged if no one showed up. And I ended up going diamond from it. So that was a lot of info. Sorry I'm so crazy and talk so fast, but hopefully that was helpful. It was just so good. That was a great panel.
Yes, thank you, Kelsey. What I was gonna say, hold on just a second. Okay, something that I was gonna share with you guys, because that just reminded me of a lot of things. Okay, I was laughing so hard when they said, if you went to like your OB and he's like, okay, like, just being super weird or awkward, you would be awkward too. And you'd be like super nervous, right? So we just can't act like that. Like I always faked it till I made it. I felt the same way when I was doing parties, when there was more than 2 people there and I was freaking out that I had to talk in front of these people. I just pretended like I knew what I was talking about. And eventually I did. And the more you do it, that's the only way you're going to boost your confidence in wrap parties is to have wrap parties. The only way you're going to get over any of these fears is to face them and to do it no matter what. And then I promise eventually, now when I stand up and do parties, I'm not even thinking about what I'm saying because I've done so many. I'm like thinking about my grocery list or what I got to do tomorrow. You know, I seriously, it just will become part of your daily thing if you know, you just keep doing it. I always have to pump myself up too. That's something Tony Robbins always tells you, get into your peak state before you go. And, you know, there you go, Kelsey, clapping her hands. Okay, so, you know, just pump yourself up, get yourself excited. And I totally agree with you on, you got to just keep going until you are successful. You know, I have had so many parties where no one showed up. That's okay. I took a selfie with my product and pretended like 100 people were there. And I was like, I'm having so much fun at my party. And then I spent the next hour doing a power hour, or I did something that was going to be income producing. So it's never a wasted hour. If I had an hour blocked away to do a party and no one came, I will spend that time doing something different. I think the difference here between where people are like, I'm scared I'm going to fail. The only way you fail is when you quit. You know, if you just keep going, having no one show up to your party does not make you a failure. If you quit because of that, that would make you a failure. You just got to keep going. And then, let me see, was there anything else I was going to add? No, I think that was all. Thank you, Kelsey. Did you want to say, was there anything else for now? Yeah? Okay. I got you, girl. Okay.
Just real quick, I think Ashley kind of touched on this already, but really, I think it really was kind of the theme of conference. The two biggest aha moments I had from conference were this business cannot be about us. And that I think it's easy to get caught up in, well, I need to get my bonus and my team's not working and I'm doing everything, when your whole focus needs to be on helping your team. You enrolled them. It's your responsibility to change their life and give them the tools in order to succeed. It's up to them to take those tools and run with them, but you need to be that leader and that example and that person for them. And I shared this on my team page, but Ashley introducing this business to me completely changed my life. And she touched on this, but she really became a person where I am forever grateful that we met, because she gave this opportunity to me. And in turn, I've been able to give it to so many people and change their lives. When we focus on looking for people to help and praying for people to come into our business who truly need this, we're going to be so much more successful, and we'll be blessed for those efforts of finding the people to help and truly pour into them, because that's what this is all about. I love this company. This company is the best company because we are all about helping people and changing lives. And I love what Mark said at the end, where he said, good is paying off your debt. Great is being financially free. Legendary is being able to pay off your mom's house. That's what our ultimate goal is to be able to help as many people as we can. And then the second takeaway I took was, this really just hit so hard for me. We all have those moments where we have that little bit of doubt, and we need to work so hard to keep that voice out of our heads. And whenever that voice kind of seeps in, you need to remember that God is on our side. He wants us to succeed because he has children out there that we need to help. We need to bless them, and we need to be the answer to their prayers. We need to literally be God's hands and answer their prayers for him. So if you ever doubt yourself, get over it. Get over your fears and know that it's not about us. Those fears and those doubts are selfish, and we need to remember this is not about us. We have to go find them, and he's going to help us. So whatever we're lacking, he's going to strengthen us. He's going to strengthen our weaknesses and make them strong, because we're doing our very best and working so hard. So those were just the last two things that really helped me.
Thank you so much, Kelsey. That was awesome. I got chills like 10 times while you were talking. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. What was something I was going to add to that? Because really, like, everything you said right there, those were all things that I had written down in my notes too. And we really need to remember, the day you enroll, it's no longer about you, and it's never going to be again. It's really, you have a gift now. You need to just share it with as many people as possible. Don't hide it for don't keep it saved and underground. Don't bury it. Don't do something where no one is ever going to know about it. We need to get out there and let people know that there's another way. You know, I can't even imagine, like, I don't have any type of relationship with the girl that enrolled me because she quit like 3 days later, but I still, like, I just could go and hug her because she changed my life. If it wasn't for her making that one post, guys, on March 28th, 2013, I would have never found this business. And maybe I would have, but I just like to think that I wouldn't have. And, you know, it happened to be the right time, that right moment, and exactly what I needed to find. And so, and now look, you guys, there's like 11,000 people. Obviously, I have not personally found all these people, but I have found everyone's enrollers. You know, I enrolled this person and they found this person, they found this person. And to see the impact of lives that have come from that one girl making a post in March of 2013 and then me not quitting. That's really all it is. You got to just don't think this is about you anymore, because I think it'll take a lot of pressure off you too if you're not like, well, I'm just looking for people to help me make a bonus. Don't look at it that way. How many people can you help make a bonus? Because guess what? If you help 3 people go diamond, you help 3 people go and earn one of those bonuses, you're going to be a triple diamond. You're going to earn 3 of those bonuses, you know? And so really start thinking of it that way. Okay. Let's see here. Caitlin.
Hey.
Okay. Hi. Where'd you go?
I get so emotional even hearing Kelsey talk because I'm like, literally, I've cried nonstop since Thursday night.
She did. She called me and was like, I'm still crying.
No, I like have a sinus infection. I feel like. Okay. First of all, it was my first conference, and I basically was terrified to go and leave my child for the first time in the whole wide world. And I thought, like, if I can't get over this fear, like, I can't do squat, so I need to get over it. So if you guys ever have fear or doubt about going to an event, you need to make yourself go and freaking do it, as much as it might scare you. Because so much of what we do is just overcoming our fears and getting out of our comfort zone, and you guys have to do it. But besides the fact that I have more confidence in this company than I've ever had in my entire life, and I know for a fact that God's hand is at work in this company and he has anointed it, gives me so much confidence. I just want to scream. But one of the things that I really took away was I feel like we make this so complicated, like in our minds, like the social media aspect of it, all of it, we make it so complicated. But somebody, I don't remember who it was, said, basically asked somebody, well, when was the last time you wrapped somebody? And I'm like thinking in my head, like, crap, like I don't wrap people. What is wrong with me? Like, that's like the number one thing that we should be doing is wrapping people. And if you honestly ask yourself, like, why aren't you signing customers or distributors, or why are you struggling? Like, we need to ask ourselves, when was the last time we wrapped somebody? We should be wrapping somebody at least 5 times a week. Could you guys imagine what that would do for our business? They had everybody who was in the room stand up if they had results on the first wrap, and it was almost everybody in the room. Honkels, everybody almost stood up in the room. And like, think about all those people that would have never joined this business if they wouldn't have tried a wrap for the first time. That's freaking insane. So make sure that you're wrapping people. Use your wrap rewards. I am so embarrassed to say I've never used a wrap reward. What the heck? So use your wrap rewards. Make sure you're making appointments every single week to wrap somebody. Somebody was saying, like, they used to wrap people in the Chick-fil-A bathroom. Like, don't overthink it. Just get there and wrap them. It's not, I mean, you let somebody rub your feet when you get a pedicure. It's not that big of a deal. Like, if you put it into that perspective. Or you get a bikini wax. Like, think about it. Wrapping somebody is not that big of a deal. So make sure that you guys are getting wraps on people. And then keep it simple. So like, blitz, wrap, and repeat. We hear that all the time, and it's like it totally left my mind. Like, it's so simple. Blitz, talk to people when you're out in public. I actually, most of the time I did this on the flight home. Instead of handing somebody a blitz card, I always get their social media information. I almost always, when I'm having a conversation with somebody, I'm always like, what, do you have Facebook? Like, I'm gonna go add you on Facebook. I almost always get somebody that I come into contact with for the first time. I get their social media information. I add them right then and there, and then I go through and I interact on their page. That's a form of blitzing because they're gonna see you popping up in their newsfeed, and they're just gonna get flooded with basically your ads of your product and your business. So if you're overthinking it, I totally get it. I totally get it. It's so common. We all do it. But blitz people, wrap them, and then just keep going and going and going and going. And I think we should have like a contest. Ash, maybe we could set this up, of how many people can wrap the most people in a week. Like, could you imagine?
I love that idea. Let's do it.
I have 6 wrap rewards. I'm redeeming them tomorrow, and it's on.
So that's 6 times 4. I can't do math fast.
Yeah.
You better wrap them all this week.
Yeah. Frick. Yeah. Let me think of what else. The keeping it simple, like the blitz, wrap, and repeat. And you guys have to have confidence. You guys have no idea what we have our hands on. You have no idea the company that we work for. Literally, my mind is blown. Like, if I was confident before, and now I'm like, what? How is this even real life? How is this even real life that we're a part of this? You guys have to be so confident.
Sorry, okay. Thank you so much, Caitlin. And it's, okay, that, you guys, I would say that when I went to my first event, that's exactly what I felt. I was like, this, like, just knowing the foundation of the company gives you that much more passion. It gives you that much more confidence. You know what the whole background of the company is. And I think one of my favorite parts about conference is they do a whole worship night. So wasn't that awesome? I know everybody that went, I watched it live. It's just like, it's so amazing to see that they do put God first, and it's no wonder they are as successful as they are, and they are not ashamed to do that. They will pray before every event, and I don't know if you guys know this, but Cindy Pentecost, the CEO's wife, she actually goes around and prays on each chair in the room before conference. So she will go and touch each chair and say a prayer for every person that's going to be sitting in all the chairs. And 30,000 chairs, it's a lot, but she makes sure she does it every single time. And I think that's awesome. And yes, one of my favorite questions is, when was the last time you wrapped someone? Because I think a lot of leaders too, like, they forget what they did that got them to those leadership ranks. What got me to Diamond was wrapping people, was wrapping tons and tons and tons of people and parties. And then eventually you look back and you're like, why am I not signing anyone? Why? I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do this, and it's all this stuff that's not working. And something I wanted to add to this, because of overcomplicating things, is if you guys have anything that's like material wise outside of a chart, a steps to success sheet, and your hundreds list, or like a notebook that keeps your potentials and like your leads and your new contacts, and your planner. Okay, that's something else you guys can have. But if you have anything else, if you have binders of just information, throw it away, because you do not need anything else besides those things that I talked about to get you all the way to ambassador in our company. Okay. You're just going to slow yourself down if you're, focusing on anything besides looking at your chart for your next promotion. You got your steps to success out to know what your game plan is for the month, and your hundreds list. Okay. So that's something else I wanted to add right there. Okay. And then let's see, Brittany.
Hi.
Where are you at, girl? Hey. Okay.
Hi.
Look at this. Everybody was at conference but me. I feel like I had the worst FOMO ever. Okay.
Well, that's okay, because I had like double ear infection, sick, my kidneys started hurting. I was a wreck. But anyways, okay, so at conference, my biggest aha moment was when Brandon Walsh was talking, and he said that him and Denise got caught up in what everybody else was doing, like like Alyssa Billieu was the rock star on Instagram, and Ronnie Brown was just like doing everything awesome at her parties and like just trying to copy them, kind of. And that you don't need to do that. He called it chasing rabbits. Sorry. And that really hit me because I feel like I was doing the same thing. Like I love Alyssa Billieu. I think she's amazing. And I was always like looking at her stuff and like, oh, I totally need to do that. That worked for her. So I need to do that as well. So then I would, not like just copy and paste what she was saying, but kind of, instead of making it my own. And so I wasn't thinking about it anymore. I wasn't putting any heart and soul into my business and into my posts or messages or anything like that, because I was just too busy worrying about what worked for everybody else instead of what has always worked for me. So I felt like I started losing passion for it, and it just wasn't like as fun. And then I wasn't signing people up because I wasn't putting my heart and soul into it. It wasn't me that was saying, like, really making those posts or sending those messages. Sorry, something popped up on my phone. And so now I'm getting back to that. I've been getting back to that. And last month I signed up a ton of customers, and I've been signing up distributors and have more potentials than I've had in like the last 6 months. Even just from today and yesterday on the way home, because I was, just being myself and not worrying about what other people were doing and what worked for everybody else.
Thank you, Caitlin. Or sorry, Brittany. I was looking at Caitlin. I said your name.
That's okay.
Scooting over here. Okay, Brittany. Seriously though, when you were like, I want to talk about what Brandon Walsh said, I was like, this was, I loved what he said. I wrote down so many notes under his section, actually more than anyone else's, because I loved everything that he said. And something else that I loved was he said, we need to be like postage stamps. We need to stick to our one thing until we've reached our destination. And he said, I know I'm a black diamond, but I am nowhere near my destination yet. I think we have arrived once we personally have, 10 million distributors underneath us, and we're quadruple black diamonds. And that to me is a destination. Right now, we are still busting butt. Like we are still running with this. And like you said, you start to lose your passion if you're not constantly enrolling new customers and new distributors. That's the lifeblood of our business. And you'll notice, if it's been a while since I've enrolled a distributor, I start to get I just start to get kind of antsy, because if I'm not mentoring someone new all the time and coaching them and, helping them complete those first 3 steps and doing those things, then I start to even fall back. And then it just causes this ripple effect, and then the whole team starts to slack. And so always be doing whatever works for you guys. And I know a lot of you guys are brand new, and so you don't know what, you're not really sure. Is it Facebook that's going to be like my niche? Is it going to be Instagram? Is it parties? You got to do, mess with them all, but you're going to find that there's going to be one thing that 90% of your business comes from. And for me, it's kind of been like, now it's Instagram, it was Facebook, but I would also say promotions, every single promotion came from, it wouldn't have happened without parties. So parties are always something you're going to want to be doing. But as far as Facebook and Instagram, or what it is, whatever it's going to be for you, you got to figure it out and you got to stick to it. Just keep doing it. Just become a professional at whatever category that you're signing the most customers and distributors at. Okay, was there anything else, Brittany? Hold on, no, okay. Well, raise your hand if you want to add anything. I just hate ending it before, if you're like, hey, I wasn't even done yet. Okay, let's see. Andrea, I just saw you. Where'd you go? There you are.
Every single time my butterflies start going.
Oh my gosh, you're like, you said my name.
Okay, so I have a lot of aha moments that they already kind of talked about. But the number one thing I want to say is just events. Just in general, aha moments all around. But I've been in almost 4 years, and so this was my 4th conference. And events change you and your business. So if you want to be here in a year from now, in 2 years from now, you've got to get to every event that you can. And, you know, I was talking to one of my distributors after the last day of conference, and we were saying, like, you know, I've gone to so many events these last 4 years, and you might hear the same things over and over and over, but in that exact moment you hear something, it's going to click. It's going to go, oh my gosh, like, I've heard that 100 times, but for whatever reason in that moment, I needed to hear that, or whatever it may be. And so you just have to continue getting yourself to events, even if they talk about the same things over and over. I just had so many aha moments. And one was, Ashley mentioned earlier, is when Ashley Sinclair asked the whole audience, if, you know, stand up if you were blessed that you were introduced to this. And it really, like, opened my eyes that, you know, I get scared to reach out to people, to message people, to invite them on this journey, yet you were in a stadium of 20,000 people standing up saying they were blessed that they were introduced to this. So it was kind of like, wow, like, I think I have my hands on I know I have my hands on something amazing, but it truly shows you when you see a stadium of 20,000 people stand up. And so that really hit me. Another one was, you know, talking about blitzing. I'm not a blitzer, you guys. I'm super shy. I shut down. Oh my gosh, what are they going to think? Am I going to say something wrong? But honestly, it's not about us. And so I love when they talked about this, is even when you're going to blitz somebody, it's not about what they think of you for blitzing them. It's, can this help them? You don't know the situation they may be in. Somebody, you know, mentioned on my team call last night is, you don't know if they can't pay for formula. You know, you don't know if they can't pay for diapers. So it's not about us when we blitz. And it really hit me that I need to get over myself and blitz more, even though I hear this, like, at every event. But I absolutely love that. And just never prejudge anybody. And again, you guys hear this all the time, but we just can't prejudge. And, you know, if you experience conference and saw those 20,000 people stand up, we have our hands on something powerful, and you're in the right moment at the right time. Okay, I have 2 more things. So the next one is just be yourself. And it was Brandon's speech. And so me personally, that really spoke to me, because I got to Presidential Diamond in, I think, 2.5 years. And then I started looking left, I started looking right, and I started comparing myself to this leader and to that leader. And, well, she's doing this, so I got to start doing that. And then I was like, I stopped working my business the way I was, and I've been sitting at Presidential Diamond for 2 years, and it was because I started comparing myself to people. So you cannot look left, you can't look right. You literally have to do what works for you, and keep your blinders on and just go move forward. So that kind of goes into my next thing. And Ashley will talk about the bonuses here, but, you know, a lot of people are like, oh gosh, I have like 47 days or 48 days, whatever it is. Can I reach Diamond? Yes, you can. I was a Emerald being paid out as an executive in January, and I went double Diamond in March. So don't think that we only have 47 days left. Can I do it? You can definitely do it. You just have to commit to yourself and to your goal and get out of your own head, because they say, you know, the only thing that holds us back is the thing between our 2 ears, and it's ourself. So you got to just commit to yourself, believe that you can do it. And once you commit, do not focus on how. Don't focus on how am I going to sign these distributors to go Diamond. Just commit, work hard, and honestly, the universe and everything, the higher power, God, you know, everything will start working its way into making the how work. You just cannot focus on the how. So I think that's all I had to say. I kind of said that fast, sorry.
No, that's great. Thank you so much, Andrea. Okay, let me get over here. I'm so glad that you shared that, because with you being an executive and going double Diamond, you guys, you see it's possible, okay? So if she was able to go double Diamond, trust me, you guys are going to be able to go Diamond. Like, that's what everybody's goal is right now, unless you already are a Diamond. But I think the majority of people right now are going for that first Diamond promotion. And I wanted to also just touch on the whole not comparing, because that is like the enemy of success in your business. The second you start looking over here at what they're doing and over here at what they're doing, I think the worst thing for me after I hit ambassador, I got into our ambassador group page, and all I did for almost a full year was, what is everyone else doing? How did you go ambassador? What did you do? Because maybe that's what I need to start doing. And you know what? All I did was I stopped taking action. I just tried to create like 1,000 different game plans. Well, maybe if me and my whole team do this, we're going to be even more successful. You guys, all that did was slow me down. In fact, it made me like step back a whole bunch of steps. It did not push me forward at all. And I feel like my whole team suffered because of it, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's like, why do we do this to ourselves? We know it works. and you stop doing what works. And it's the simple, basic things. And that's what I love conference for every year, because it just reminds us that what we're doing, it just, hold on. I just got distracted. Let me just, okay. So what it is we're doing, if it's bringing in customers and distributors, then we need to keep doing it. Okay. So, bonuses. Okay. Again, if you haven't downloaded Wired, make sure you download that, because that's how you're going to see, that is how you're going to see what your next promotion is. Okay. And it's going to tell you once you click on, let me just try to turn this all the way down. Maybe that'll help. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you're going to click on this go button right here. It's going to tell you how many days you have to go to the next promotion. When you click on that, it's going to tell you all of your other promotions. Okay. But you guys, you have to hit that first one by that date in order to be eligible for the rest of the bonuses. So if you're brand new as of 2017, then you're going to have either the 3 months or the 6 months. The rest of us have until March 31st to get our first promotion. Now, to go diamond, you guys are going to need a lot of customers and you're going to need a lot of distributors. So how are you going to do that? My biggest tip with this is you got to ask people, okay? You've got to ask. When you make a post, that is not asking someone to join your team. I mean, I know you might be asking them to join your team in your post, but don't just post and think that that's enough. I still post every day because that's obviously one way that you're going to get potentials. But the biggest way is messaging or texting someone or calling someone. And when I think back to the month I was going diamond, I was a ruby that month, but I wouldn't really say even a stable ruby, because by this point, some of my distributors were not even distributors anymore. Andrea was my executive. So that's really what I had going on. And I reached out to Andrea. I said, do you want to run with me? Like, do you want to run with me? Like, let's get you to this promotion. Anyone that said they wanted to continue working, I asked them, do you want to be an emerald or a ruby, whatever it is. Okay. If you have at least 2 distributors, ask them if they're ready to run, and if they're wanting to go diamond too, then even better, because you could go double diamond. So you got to first ask the people on your team. If you have no one on your team right now, this is when you're going to start asking friends and family members. Invite them on our opportunity calls, you guys. But another thing you want to do is ask as many people as you possibly can to do a party for you. That is what I did the month I went diamond. I hated parties. I was afraid of them, but that's what got me over the fear of parties, was the month I went diamond, because I did so many. And I remember asking, my husband knew this girl, and I was an acquaintance with her and her mom. Okay, I did not even really know her very well. I was messaging even these guys, and I remember this specifically because they did host a party for me. I was like, I'm going for this promotion. Is there any way I could do, or you could host a party for me? I need a favor, ask them for a favor. I need to do a party. You're going to get a free wrap that night. All you need to do is invite a couple friends over, have some water. I mean, it's really super casual, not a big deal. It's like an hour long. And I was asking everyone, you guys, hundreds of messages went out asking if somebody would do a party for me. And again, sometimes no one came, but I was like, I don't care. I'm willing to do whatever it takes for me to reach this promotion, because it meant so much to me. And I wasn't willing to just, the first person that said no, moving on, you guys. If you let that stop you, you can't. If you really want this, you just have to look in the mirror and say, how bad do I want it? And when I started going blitzing, when I stepped out of my comfort zone and started blitzing people, it was the same thing. I had to ask myself, how bad do I want this? Because by the time I would go out and start blitzing, I would talk myself out of it. And I was like, no, I really don't want it. But then, you know what? The second I got back in my car and I was like, really? I say that I want this, but I'm proving to myself I don't, because the action steps I'm taking are not matching what a diamond would need to do. I'm not blitzing. I've been not consistent with this or this or this. And I had to look at that every single morning. Every single day I had to review, am I giving this 100% of my effort, or am I not? Because you're going to need to. And you guys, there are so many videos. Don't get caught up on watching all these, but there are a few videos that I would suggest of people going from like nothing to diamond in a 30-day period. Watch some of these because they're going to give you so many tips on what they did. But I will tell you that all of them were doing parties. All of them were messaging like insane amounts of people every single day. My suggestion, if you're wondering how many people should I message every day about the product, or how many people should I message every day about the business, I would say do it until you reach your goal every day. So now let me just break that down for you guys, because when you're looking at your chart, okay, so like here's my double diamond chart. When I'm looking at my chart, add up how many distributors you need. Okay, so if you're looking at your diamond chart, add up, count how many you need. There's 24 on a diamond chart total. Okay, write that number down. Now break it up into weeks. Okay, so let's see, how many weeks do we got? Let me just do this real fast with you guys so that we know. I'm just going to look real fast. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, okay? So if you have 24 distributors you need, divide that by 7, you need 3.4 distributors a week, okay? So we're going to say 4 distributors a week. Now, maybe you're going to be enrolling one of these or 2 of these, and then you're helping other people. It's not going to be you 100%, but you need to look at it as if it is you 100%, okay? Because you can't bank on like, I just need someone that's going to sign 12 by themselves. Look at it as if you are the only one you can count on, okay? So if you're looking at that, 4 distributors a week, and remember, that's your whole team. So if you sign someone and they sign someone, then you can, okay, we got 2 this week, you know? So that's how many distributors you're going to need. Now, customers is going to be different, because with customers, it really depends, okay? It depends on the volume that they're ordering. Now, we always say the average customer orders between like 60 and 80 BV. And if that distributor is also running an auto ship, that would be about 4 customers per box, okay? But some would just order hair, skin, nails, or fat fighters, and that's 23. So it's different with loyal customers. But what you want to do is just break this down into a weekly goal. Get with your enroller. If you're like, I just am lost, I don't know what to do, where do I place these people? Another thing when it comes to placing people, I always say run with your runner. So if you see a distributor that's enrolling customers and they're enrolling distributors, well, the next distributor you sign, put them under there somewhere, okay? Because you're going to help them build to emerald, or you're going to help them build to ruby, because the faster that happens, the faster you go diamond. Run with your runners. Don't build someone 100%, because I promise this is what will happen. They're always, in all the cases that I've had this, where I literally built them all the way to ruby or emerald or even diamond, they don't really they're not appreciative of it, because they don't understand the hard work that went behind it. And they usually don't even run an auto ship. They're not commission qualified. They end up canceling down the road. This has happened every time. So make sure that you are just building with people who really want this and are ready to run with you. Something else. Let's see. Okay. Oh, something else that I personally did when it came to going diamond. Every single day I posted about wrap appointments. I have 1 spot left. I would love to get a wrap on someone. I have one wrap left for the day. Creating a sense of urgency like that, having X amount of spots open for that day. But I was, again, wrapping so many people, because I knew if I was getting a wrap on them and I got to talk about, it was like a little party. I got to talk about some of the other products. I had the catalog. I knew I was going to get a customer or a distributor from that wrap appointment. And if anything, I made $25, which was awesome, So, and again, ask for referrals. This is a great time that as you're getting customers, do not ever not ask them for a referral, okay? When you're signing distributors, teach them this too. Make sure that when they are signing their customers, they're doing the right thing. They're keeping that volume by helping those customers and being, having really, really great customer service. Okay, let me see if I had anything else really fast about this. But if anybody has a question about their diamond chart or something, maybe you guys could just hurry up and send a chat, and I can cover some of those questions right now while we're on here. But I think what we really need to do, if there's a lot of you guys that have questions, we will start a thread in our team page, okay? And you guys can ask anything that you have about diamond. Maybe where's the best place to place the next person, because I think when you're getting started, it's kind of easy to be like, I don't know where to put the next person. And if you don't have your chart out and you're not focused on where the next one's going, you almost aren't even like thinking about signing a distributor, and you need to constantly, that needs to be your focus. And if this is your focus, you guys will be signing distributors, I promise you, okay? You will all be signing customers. You're all going to be attracting those customers and distributors into your business. I think another thing you guys could be posting when it comes to posting, talk about, on social media, I am looking for someone who wants, show the average income of an emerald, okay? Don't like post a picture of the chart, but talk about, you could do it with a selfie or something, and just talk about how this month your focus is helping someone go emerald. Who wants to earn an extra $1,000 a month? And a few $100s in bonuses and fast start bonuses, but who in my friends list is looking to make an extra $1,000 a month, and who is serious? Because I am serious. They need to be earning this income by March 31st. And that is my number one goal. And I need to run with someone who wants that. You're going to get some potentials, okay? Same with Ruby. If you don't have your Ruby set up, you don't know who's going to be Ruby, post about who wants to make an extra $500 a month. Who out of my friends list is dead serious on earning a few $100s a month, someone that I could run with and will be making this income by March 31st guaranteed. Post about those types of things. When you're messaging people, the same thing. Be like, I am looking for someone right now who is serious about earning an extra $1,000 a month. Is this something that you've ever considered or ever been interested in? And you guys, if any of these people are interested in earning this extra income, you can have them get on our call Wednesday night. We're not doing one tomorrow since it's Valentine's Day, but Wednesday we're going to do an opportunity call. And me and Thomas are going to do it together. So if you have guys and girls or couples, it can be girls or guys, it doesn't matter. But we are going to make the call a little bit different. We're really going to focus on these bonuses too, and the importance of getting on right now and getting these bonuses. But hold on, let me see what one of those questions were. Okay, distributors or customers. I don't know what that was about. Okay, guys. I think that's all I'm going to talk about for tonight, because I don't want this to be like way too long. But again, get into our group page if you guys have any questions about, okay, this is what my chart looks like. Where would I place the next customer? Where would I place the next distributor? Personally, you want to be filling up these 400 boxes, okay? Let me tell you something really fast, just in case you don't know this. I never place distributors in the highlighted boxes, okay? If someone's name is in an emerald title, a ruby title, or an executive title, I don't put customers in those boxes, because their volume doesn't matter. What their volume is at, their personal volume doesn't matter. It's the 400 boxes that need the volume, okay? So I don't put customers there, especially when I'm going for promotions, unless it was like I needed a fast start bonus or something. If that was a distributor that, crap, I need to get one more customer with them so I get a fast start bonus, that's the only time I do that. Otherwise, I only put customers in 400 boxes. So, someone in a Ruby box could have 0 PBV. As long as their auto ship's on, you want to make sure their auto ship's on or they are commission qualified. But even if they're at 0, it doesn't matter. Put customers under these people, okay? Because it's their volume that's going to help you promote. So that's one tip I guess I wanted to leave with you guys. But again, just go to our team page, ask any of the questions. We'll start a thread. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys got some good notes and that you're ready to rock out your business. I'm so excited to see how many people run with this, you guys. And you know what? A lot of people say they want it, but we always say look at each distributor's feet? Who are the ones that are actually running with it and taking action? And you'll know they're the ones enrolling customers, enrolling distributors. They're plugging into things. They're going to events. They're, inviting people to the online parties. They're hosting parties. They're doing everything we're talking about. So I'm excited to see who these next up-and-coming leaders are, these new rock stars, and all the new diamonds and double diamonds we're about to have on our team. So thank you guys again for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you next time.